two could sing. Could we dance?
Let's dance.
Let's dance.
This would be good.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for those celebs that are sneaky good at busting a move.
We happened to go back and try to find a little something you used to do, because you were like a street performer. So we actually found some video from those days.
Number 30, Vincent Cassel.
J'ai un truc à vous montrer avant. Comment il est mortel en vérité, putain.
As he was initially known for his intense and dramatic performances in films like La Haine and Irréversible, it might surprise some to learn how light and smooth on his feet Vincent Cassel actually is. Although if you've seen his breakout role in La Haine, you would have caught a glimpse of his dancing abilities in a short dream sequence. A few years later, in one of his breakout English language roles, Cassel danced his way through a laser field in Ocean's 12. In 2010, Cassel showed off more of his moves in a little video for the New York Times. Number 29, Michelle Obama.
It's important to move, it's important to dance, so...
I got the dance steps the same time you got the dance steps, so don't even try it!
Back in 2010, President Obama launched a task force with the goal of helping fight childhood obesity. The campaign was called Let's Move, and the person front and center of said campaign was none other than his wife, Michelle Obama. In an effort to promote the idea of children getting more physical activity, the First Lady didn't just talk the talk either. She walked the walk, or more accurately, danced the dance. Obama busted out her awesome dance moves on various talk shows, from Ellen to The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon. Number 28, Idris Elba. While Idris Elba's DJing abilities are pretty widely known, you might be surprised to know that he can move his feet as well as he can move those records. We caught a glimpse of his ability to move his feet after the release of the song Dance Off by Macklemore and Ryan Lewis, in which Elba is also featured. As he told Jimmy Fallon, being on a song called Dance Off meant he found himself being challenged to dance-offs, quote, quite a bit. According to Elba, he didn't indulge said challenges, but then he gave Jimmy and the audience a little taste of what a challenger would be going up against, were he to accept. Number 27, Jamie Foxx.
Wait a minute. That's my jam.
So we all know Jamie Foxx can sing. From his Oscar-winning performance as Ray Charles to his Grammy-winning song Blame It, his impressive pipes have been on display plenty of times. But if you've been discounting his dancing abilities all these years, don't. In fact, he showed us all early on in his career that dancing was part of his talented repertoire. During the 5-season run of his self-titled sitcom The Jamie Foxx Show, Foxx broke it down on multiple occasions, from party dancing to the very funny and impressive dance-off with his nemesis Braxton. Number 26, Taylor Lautner. Regardless of who you rooted for throughout the Twilight Saga, when it comes to dancing, it seems like it's gotta be Team Jacob all the way. We're sure Robert Pattinson can probably dance a little, but he's no Taylor Lautner when it comes to busting a move.
It erupts out of him, that's why.
Like, sometimes I can't control it, but it's gotta be
like
one of
if
those
you hear
moments.
like a great song, you just start dancing?
It started from a young age, as Lautner studied hip-hop dance in junior high, and even took up jazz dance as well. He's been a little shy to show off his moves on talk shows, but he did shake his hips a little on Ellen, and he impressed Jonathan Ross and his guests with a standing backflip.
Whoa! Wow, nice play.
Number 25, Stephanie Beatriz.
All right, Ox, let's see what you've got. 5, 6, 7, 8. Eyes up, shoulders down. Well, that wasn't terrible.
If you thought those sweet ballet moves on Brooklyn Nine-Nine were a fluke, think again. Stephanie Beatriz can dance. From In the Heights to dance charades with Lily Singh, Beatriz has got the moves and the grooves. And speaking of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, her co-star Melissa Fumero is also a great dancer.
No comeback? After I burned you with those moves? You must be pretty nervous.
That's right. While her character on the show couldn't find rhythm to save her life, Fumero studied dance from a young age. A couple years back, she even posted a video of a choreographed routine she was working on for an audition. Let's just say, we were impressed. Number 24, Penelope Cruz. If you happened to catch the film Noelle back in 2004, or since, then there would be nothing surprising about seeing Penelope Cruz on this list. Or maybe you saw her in the 2009 musical 9? Another reason why her inclusion here would seem obvious. However, if you haven't seen either of those films, then okay, maybe you'll find yourself somewhat shocked about Cruz ending up here. But you shouldn't be, given that she studied dance for many years growing up, including classical ballet for 9 years at Spain's National Conservatory. She's the real deal.
You really are a dancer.
For 14 years. But I don't dance like you dance.
Number 23, Richard Gere.
Your witness, Mr. Flynn.
Ladies and gentlemen, a tap dance.
Prior to 2002, we knew that Richard Gere could carry Deborah Winger and climb up fire escapes with roses in his mouth, but we didn't know he could dance. To be fair though, maybe he didn't know either. It's not like he studied dance his whole life or had really busted a move prior to appearing in Chicago. But for his role in the Oscar-winning movie, Gere got down to business and learned to dance. More specifically, he learned to tap dance. And to prove that wasn't a fluke, he followed it up with 2004's Shall We Dance, and showed us that he could handle ballroom dancing as well.
And big ending.
Number 22, Nick Offerman. Just saying the words Nick Offerman and breakdancing in the same sentence sounds like a joke, but it's not. It's real and it's fantastic.
He moves surprisingly well for a mustachioed gentleman.
He might not look like a guy who can dance, but as it turns out, Nick Offerman can really break it down, and has been doing so since he was a kid growing up in the 80s. In fact, he and his cousin went by the nicknames TikTok and Flip Flop, and would choreograph breakdancing routines together. His cousin was the more acrobatically inclined one, while Offerman's talents lay in the popping and the locking, as he's demonstrated on numerous talk shows. Number 21, Zoe Saldana.
And you are?
Eva Rodriguez?
So glad you could fit us into your busy schedule, Eva.
Oh, no sweat.
It's no fluke that Zoe Saldana got her first big break in the film Center Stage, a movie about students at a prestigious ballet academy. It was a role she'd kinda been training for since she was a kid. Following the tragic death of her father when she was just 9 years old, Saldana's mother sent her and her sisters to live with family in the Dominican Republic. While in the DR, she found dance and began to study at the ECOS, Espacio de Danza Academy, where ballet became her first love. And while she, quote, didn't have the feet to become a top ballerina, all that hard work did help her when it came to getting that first movie role.
I wish I was a good liar. I wish I was like, yes, well, thank you so much, but I never could take the credit for anything. But I owe a lot to just being, having some kind of dance training. I owe a lot of my career to that, for sure.
Number 20, Amy Adams.
Okay, baby, let's go dancing.
One of the brightest stars in Hollywood, Amy Adams has quietly managed to carve out a nice little spot for herself amongst cinema's A-list. With half a dozen Academy Award nominations under her belt, Adams has had starring turns in blockbusters such as Man of Steel, as well as award-winning dramas like American Hustle. The latter is where she unveiled to the world her secret skill, dancing. During a club scene with co-star Bradley Cooper, himself an excellent dancer, Adams more than holds her own. She actually studied dance when she was younger, and before making it in Hollywood, worked as a professional dancer with a number of dinner theaters. Number 19, Kate Hudson.
I wanna dance and love and dance again.
Kate Hudson has proven herself a competent dancer on more than one occasion. She had a number of dance scenes in the 2011 comedy Something Borrowed, got down with Dancing with the Stars' Derek Huff at a Hollywood club back in 2013, and even danced during a commercial for Fabletics, a women's sportswear brand she co-founded. Of course, who could forget her impressive dance moves from the first episode of Glee Season 4, when she made her debut as dance instructor Cassandra July. Hudson clearly knows what she's doing when she steps on a dance floor. Number 18. Bradley Cooper. Bradley Cooper is a triple threat who's proved his worth as an actor, singer, and director. But can we talk about how he's an insanely good dancer too? The multiple Academy Award-nominated actor has long been known for his abilities on the dance floor, and has had the opportunity to flash his skills on more than one occasion. From the climactic dance routine in Silver Linings Playbook, to his sexy encounter with Amy Adams in American Hustle, Cooper has proven that he can boogie like nobody's business. For him, dancing is clearly not just part of the job, as he's been known to break out in dance during interviews as well. Number 17. Salma Hayek. In the 90s, Salma Hayek cornered the market on red-hot pole dancing routines. From her turn as a vampire stripper in From Dusk Till Dawn, to her sexy schoolgirl dance in Dogma, Hayek clearly had no qualms about shaking what her mama gave her at the onset of her career. More recently, she's managed to tone down the number of stripteases, but that doesn't mean she's lost any of the skills that make her such a formidable talent. One need only look at her dance routine from Jimmy Kimmel's Big Night of Stars to see the proof. The girl has still got it. Number 16. Terry Crews. Now we all know this former pro athlete can act, paint, and do a mean Vanessa Carlton impression. On top of this already triple threat, we've also seen Cruz break it down and do an impression of a different Carlton.
My tolerance is really changed since I had kids.
While we've seen his dancing used for comic effect since early on in his career, we're consistently surprised that a man with this many muscles is as limber and graceful as Cruz continues to be. A master of showing us the depth behind all of his characters, Cruz uses his dancing to infuse life into his portrayals in ways that keep defying our expectations.
Hey, I'm definitely distracted.
Number 15. Summer Glau. While the world may know her as an actress, Summer Glau's childhood dream was to become a ballet dancer. In fact, she began training at a very young age and even received a scholarship to join a ballet company. Glau would later study tango and flamenco dancing, excelling at both before a broken toe prematurely brought that career to a halt. It was only then that she decided to move to LA to become an actress. While she may not have become a professional dancer, she's still managed to successfully show off her graceful moves on screen on more than one occasion. Number 14. Colin Farrell. Based on his numerous tough guy roles and former bad boy image, it's hard to imagine Colin Farrell shaking it on a dance floor, let alone line dancing.
It is going bad, and it sounds like it is going bad right now.
However, Farrell is not only a great dancer, but was at one time getting paid to do it. Long before he was one of Hollywood's hottest stars, Farrell could be found teaching country line dancing in Ireland. It may sound ridiculous, but it really happened. In fact, Farrell has since shown off his line dancing skills during an appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show. It's clear he still has some wicked moves up his sleeve. Number 13. Ryan Gosling. Ryan Gosling is no stranger to the dance floor. At just 12 years old, he could be seen busting all kinds of moves in dance competitions or practicing ballet, something he still does to this day. More recently, the multi-talented Canadian actor flashed his skills on film, dancing his way across LA as one half of the starstruck couple from the 2016 musical La La Land. And, of course, his Ken in Barbie had a few memorable moves as well. While we could pretty much watch Gosling do anything and fall over swooning, watching him dance is pretty hard to top. Number 12. Mads Mikkelsen. Bet you didn't see this one coming. Mikkelsen, who famously played Le Chiffre in Casino Royale,
You must have thought I was bluffing, Mr. Bond.
and more recently Dr. Hannibal Lecter in the TV series Hannibal, began his career as a gymnast and dancer. A young Mikkelsen studied ballet dancing at an academy in Sweden, and later married dance choreographer Hamna Jakobsen in 2000. A professional dancer for nearly 10 years, Mikkelsen decided to leave that world behind in 1996 in favor of an acting career. Knowing he once wore tights and pranced around on stage makes this terrifyingly good actor slightly less scary, and even more compelling. Number 11. Tom Holland. That's right, Spider-Man himself has got some serious moves. No, not that one. Holland's background is actually in gymnastics and dance, having starred in Billy Elliot the Musical in the late 2000s. First as Billy's best friend Michael, and soon after as Billy himself. But Holland hasn't neglected his dancing roots since hitting the big time, as evidenced by his jaw-dropping performance on Lip Sync Battle. In fact, Holland stated that his dancing experience helped him nail the part of Spider-Man. Color us optimistic, but we could give Spidey another shot at a big screen dance number, so long as Holland's in the role.
So, what's the plan? Open the door for her. Tell her she looks nice, but not too much because that's creepy. Don't be creepy. No, and when I dance with her, I'm putting my hands on her hips. I got this.
Number 10. Christian Bale. In cinema, this man is mostly known as a serious method actor, a thespian dedicated to the craft. That's what makes Christian Bale so valuable to directors. But that's not to say that he can't let loose too, as evidenced by his dancing character from the 1993 film Swing Kids.
Go, Thomas, you're the king of Holland!
Then there's the 2000 cult classic American Psycho, in which Bale plays a serial killer with a fondness for mainstream music.
He's been compared to Elvis Costello, but I think Huey has a far more bitter, cynical sense of humor.
In one particularly disturbing yet memorable scene, a peppy dance sequence is part of the strategy, and the performance is so effective that a doomed guest feels at home right until the end.
I think their undisputed masterpiece is Hip to Be Square. A song so catchy, most people probably don't listen to the lyrics, but they should.
Number 9. Chris Evans. This man is a bona fide action hero, starring in some of the biggest blockbusters in the world, as well as more critically acclaimed dramatic roles. But just where did he pick up that knack for fight choreography?
You must have danced.
Well, asking a woman to dance always seems so terrifying. In the past few years, just didn't seem to matter that much. Figured I'd wait.
Well, it turns out Evans has a background in tap dance, which coworkers have praised as the reason he can pick up moves so easily.
Oh, that's
Can you hear it? You can't hear the
We
tap.
can hear it.
They were good. They were clean.
That was really good.
While we're used to swooning over his charm, charisma, and chiseled features, this just gives us another reason to fawn over this graceful leading man. Perhaps it's appropriate that after spending nearly a decade as a first-tier member of the Avengers, he got to top it all off with a final dance. Number 8. Chris Messina. With an acting career that began off-Broadway and experience in the dance world, this man entered the film industry with a special set of skills. But it was on the Mindy Project that Chris Messina really showed us all what he could really do on a dance floor. As Danny Castellano, he turned heads with a passionate American woman performance.
Don't come hanging round my door. I don't wanna see your face no more.
And he's proven himself to be quite the club dancer as well. There's nothing goofy going on here, just a man who commits to the grind. Like the aforementioned Paul Rudd, it's the nice guy factor that allows Messina to get away with a little more in terms of moves than your average actor.
Rich, but damn
Hey, what's up?
Where
did
you
learn how to do all this? You jealous? No, it's actually really cool. Thank you.
Number 7. Sam Rockwell.
Hey, can you turn that off for a second? I want to talk to you. Can you turn that off? Listen.
In this man's vast filmography, there's no one definitive dancing moment. That's because Sam Rockwell seemingly finds excuses to dance often, and with good reason. This smooth operator knows that he's got skills, and there's an old school mentality that drives each performance. In fact, he's got a bit of a James Brown style going on, as he's mostly about hand movements and quick feet. Rockwell makes it look easy, but when you pay attention, you'll see that it's anything but that. Then again, when you have a so-called footloose upbringing, as Rockwell has previously cited, dancing just becomes natural. Number 6. Alfonso Ribero. On On the NBC series The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, this New York native played opposite a young Will Smith. Over the course of the series, Alfonso Ribero famously performed the Carlton dance in numerous episodes, thus establishing a cultural legacy of campy moves. But when Ribero competed on ABC's Dancing with the Stars in 2014, and won, he showed that he's more than just a comedic performer. Week after week, Ribero displayed his expertise and versatility by racking up 8s, 9s, and 10s throughout the competition.
It's not unusual to be mad with anyone.
In fact, he received all 10s with partner Whitney Carlson in the finals. And so, Ribero essentially dropped the mic and set a new bar for future dancing celebrities.
The wait is over, Alfonso and Whitney!
Number 5. Christopher Walken.
Chaperone can get a number. The world's in slumber.
Given this man's cinematic legacy and unique manner of speech, he's become a favorite subject for both amateur and professional impersonators. In 2001, though, Walken achieved a new level of fame, as his dancing acumen was featured in Fatboy Slim's Weapon of Choice music video.
You can blow with this, you can blow with that, you can blow with this, or you can blow with that, or you can blow with that.
With a background in theater, Walken seemed more than comfortable shuffling around. And it's that kind of dancing bravado that made him an ideal casting choice for the 2007 film Hairspray. While some older gentlemen look awkward when dancing, Christopher Walken oozes confidence and style. Number 4. Joseph Gordon-Levitt. As a child actor turned A-lister, this man has long been in the public eye. Before Joseph Gordon-Levitt's career began, however, he developed his performance skills in musical theater. So, after a big transition into movies, Gordon-Levitt's dancing skills came in handy for a choreographed dance sequence in the 2009 film 500 Days of Summer. Impressive as that may be, he upped the ante in 2015 with his Janet Jackson impression on Lip Sync Battle. He's even taken his talents to Saturday Night Live. This guy loves to boogie, and it shows. Number 3. Vin Diesel.
But the real reason I started bouncing was because I loved to dance.
As one of the more iconic 21st century action stars, this big screen tough guy is anything but one-dimensional. Like so many actors, Mark Sinclair, aka Vin Diesel, began on the stage, long before he crossed over into mainstream cinema. In recent years, we've even seen old-school clips of him breakdancing in New York City. Nothing extraordinary, but very entertaining. In 2014, however, Vin shocked and amazed fans with videos of him dancing to both Beyoncé's Drunk in Love and Katy Perry's Dark Horse. It's not often that you'll see a rough and tough movie star shaking his hips, but that's obviously not an issue for Big Vin. Number 2. Donald Faison.
Deck the halls with boughs of holly.
While this man isn't necessarily a household name, he's one of the more popular television stars of his generation. Donald Faison starred in over 170 episodes of the comedy drama series Scrubs in the role of Turk, and during an unforgettable 2006 episode, showed off some seriously unforgettable moves. With his smooth performance of Belle Biv DeVoe's Poison,
yeah, Spider-Man and Freeze in full effect.
Faison's confident, fun-loving technique had pop culture buzzing. And so, the moment became an instant series classic. A moment that Donald Faison would later revisit on The Queen Latifah Show. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Tom Hiddleston. In the 2000s, this British actor was a West End regular, but the man was destined for success beyond the stage. When Tom Hiddleston joined the Marvel family in 2011, the public began paying even more attention to this multi-talented individual.
What more than that?
Over the years, he's more than once displayed his precise dance moves in the middle of interviews, making him one of the more endearing A-listers of his time. Hiddleston's past relationship with Taylor Swift brought even more attention to his dancing abilities when he worked it out with the pop star at the 2016 Met Gala, surprising Swifties and the entire world in the process. Which of these dancing celebs had you doing a double take? Leave us a comment below.
Yeah, I can do the wave without moving any of my limbs. It would begin there, and then I would pass that pulse to my partner.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.